Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in. Today is a knife tag video, and I've been tagged by a good friend of mine, James, over at Junkyard Fox. And what James is trying to do is bring back a sense of community here on YouTube. Years ago, we used to be able to do video responses and tag videos, and the community used to get excited and exchange ideas and have dialogue and communicate. And what James is trying to do is bring that sense of just tight-knit family back to the community. So with that, first off, I want to thank James for tagging me, and I'll leave a link down below on the video where he tagged me. But James wants to know three things. First one is, what is the first knife that you ever had or that you ever carried? Second is going to be, what are you currently carrying? And third is going to be, what knife are you looking to get in the future that you have your eye on? So what I'm going to do is start off with my first knife, and this one is no stranger to the channel. I did a video on this knife, gosh, time's flying by fast, years ago. It is my Schrade sharp finger. Now, I have a video on that. I'll leave it in the description down below. The story about my dad giving me this blade as a young man growing up in northern Maine. This knife has, gutted deer. It's cleaned fish. I used to have a trap line, so I used to do a little bit of skinning with this blade. This is back when Schrade used to make the knives out of 1095 high carbon steel. They were made here in America. We're talking about like mid 70s that I acquired this knife. I wore this knife all through my Boy Scout years. Still have the leather sheath, didn't cut it up, took care of it. Put a little P38 can opener on there and just a leather bootlace lanyard that you can see is pretty well worn. But this knife right now is one of my safe queens. I don't have this knife in the rotation just because of the sentimental value. I don't have my dad anymore, but I just keep it close, and every once in a while I take it out, I look at it. It's just an awesome blade, and I'm just happy that I've had the chance to carry this knife on a lot of adventures up in northern Maine. Set that off to the side. Now, my current blade that I'm carrying, I'm going to feature two, because one is going to be an EDC. I'm going to show that one first. This one's no stranger to the channel as well. It is a Tops Mil-Spie. This is my everyday carry where I can carry a knife. This is with me. I've had this, you can see, let me see if it'll focus. You can see the wear. This is not a safe queen. I use this knife every day, hard use, and Tops has just done an awesome job. I have a video review on this blade as well. I'll leave it in the links down below. If you guys follow along on the channel, you guys know that I love recurves, and a folder with a recurve, boom, Katie bar the door. So this is my everyday carry. Now, as far as my fixed blade carry, if you guys follow along on the channel, a lot of my social media, you guys know that I have designed a knife and Work Tuff Gear is making it. So if you're a knife designer, it would probably be wise to carry your own blade if you have that much faith in your knife. So this is the knife that I carry. It is the Work Tuff Gear Mount Laguna, designed by me, made by Work Tuff Gear. It's made with Böhler K110 steel, that's Austrian steel. It's not 3/4 of an inch, gosh, sleep deprivation, 3/16 of an inch thick stock. It has a 90-degree spine, and it has a convex grind on there. Also designed the handle because growing up in northern Maine, I did a lot of trapping and hunting and such, and I always watch the old timers grab their blades either like with a ring finger. I'm gonna hold it like this and like that to cape out a deer, a bear, a moose, whatever that they harvested, whether we were trapping beaver, muskrat, sable, all that good stuff. I always saw the old timers holding their blades like that. They had really good control on that blade. I mean, you could twist it, and I mean, you have a firm grip on this knife like that. So in honor of all those old timers in the remote areas that used to use their blades like that, I incorporated that choil. A lot of people thought that the choil was up for choking up. No, but it's for fine motor stuff. You're getting in there, you're cutting, and everybody's hands are going to be a little bit different. So, you know, you're either going to do it with your ring finger or middle finger. But this is my everyday woods carry. It goes on my little Batman Bushcraft belt. I did a video on that as well, of what I carry out in the woods. So that is my everyday woods carry. Now, for future knives, I kind of like unique stuff, and I kind of look for the makers out there that are kind of not following the beaten path, that are kind of marching to the beat of their own drum. And a company that I found is producing a knife that I thought was really attractive. Now, from my mindset of being hunting, I'm not a bushcrafter. I don't claim to be a bushcrafter, but in that mindset of hunting, I am kind of pushing towards this one right here, and it is the Smith & Sons knife, and it is a Pioneer. Now, this knife is a flat grind. It's made out of D2 steel. The overall length, it's a short knife. I'm a short knife guy. It's 7 3/4 inches. Blade length's 4 inches, and the blade stock is only an 1/8 inch. Now, a lot of your frontier knives back in the day, historically, were an 1/8 inch. Steel was at a premium. A lot of those knives shipped without handles, and we're talking like colonial days, frontier days, and such. So for a long time, 1/8 inch steel was king on the frontier. Now, I like the look of that blade. It has kind of like that pseudo Kephart look with a little bit of a sweep to it. It just looks like a really nice knife. And if you notice on there as well, it has that choil, which I feel that you can hook that ring finger in and get up in that grip like I showed you with the Laguna. And you could sit there and cape out a bear, a moose, a deer, whatever. And I think that it would make a great woods knife and just all around utility knife. Now, you know, it's going to appeal to certain folks out there, and that's okay. That's what's good about the knife community and us. You pick something that kind of matches your personality, your skill set, and you go with it from there. So with that, I'm going to tag 3 people, and the 3 people are in no particular order, but all these guys are good friends of mine, and I haven't talked to him yet, so surprise, you've been tagged. First one is going to be Brian Stevens. Now, Brian Stevens runs the Survival on Purpose channel. I've been friends with Brian for a very long time. He has an awesome channel, and I'd really like to see what his first knife was. That would be really interesting. And Brian always has a good story to tell behind the items that he displays and shows. So, Brian, you are tagged, buddy. Second, it's a gentleman that lives up in Mammoth Lakes, California. He lives on the eastern side of the Sierras, and he has been a long-time subscriber to my channel. And he just started posting videos on YouTube. So, with that, I figured, hey, no better opportunity than a new YouTuber to feature a tag video. So with that, it's going to be Robo from SK Explorer. Robo, you've been tagged, buddy. I want to see the knives that you carry and the first knife, if you have it, that you were given. So this is going to be a fun tag. Third is going to be a friend of mine that we've been longtime YouTubers. Gosh, probably going back 10 years or more. And he runs a channel called Survival Mindset. Him and his wife, Justin and Jenna, and they're awesome people. They do great stuff. And I'd really like to see the 3 knife picks that he has. So, Brian, Robo, and Justin, you guys are tagged. I want to thank, again, James from Junkyard Fox. This has been a fun video to do. And let's keep this going. Let's, for 2020, let's revitalize the community. And let's pass this around. And do me a favor, when you folks make your videos, link it back to James from Junkyard Fox so he can keep track of it. Kind of like that game Telephone, to see how far it's going to go all the way around. So with that said, this is John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, folks. I'll see you on the next video.